of my game. Every day I'm on top of my
Hey everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Duo Synergy, and you know what time it is. It is Monday, so you know what that means. It is Make Money Mondays. Wow, folks, this is a real, true, special edition of Make Money Mondays. I want to introduce to you a very important person to me. His name's Charlie Kearns. Say hello to the public, Charlie.
Hey, how are you today?
Who the hell is Charlie Kearns? Let me tell you, Charlie is the person that I work for. He was the GSM when I was at Weisslitter Lincoln Mercury Mazda, and that's the store that you've heard all about me selling 30 cars a month. I averaged about 30 units a month. And remember me and Carter going head to head?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Carter Neese, shout out to Carter Neese. He was a leasing guy, chose the wrong career path, and I was the internet guy. But Carter was brilliant. Carter and I would go back and forth, but both Carter and myself were proteges of Charlie Kearns. So I learned a lot of my skills, my word tracks, my objections, my rebuttals, my swag. My car salesman swag came from Mr. Charlie Kearns. So Charlie, it is an honor to finally have you in the seat right here for Make Money Mondays. So the question is, to the public is, how can you make money? And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We've spoken on newbie training. We talked about internet directors, internet coordinators, BDC managers. We talked about salespeople. Today, Charlie, I want to talk about, what about the salesperson? I don't care if they've been in the business for 2 weeks or 25 years. Sometimes people go through a slump. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, as a general sales manager, it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch your top guy go through customer after customer after customer. And they do it all the same way. Their head is down. They're afraid of the customer. They don't know when to pause. They don't know when to. It's like instead of clockwise, they go counterclockwise. And what you got to do at that point in time, you got to sit them down and you got to say, listen, here's what we need to do. We need to get back to basics.
Wait a minute. Let's go through this here, because that's a great lead-in right here. First and foremost, you need to understand that I don't care how good you are, how good I am. We are all human beings, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you because you go through a dry spell or you go through some bad times. There's things that could influence it that's outside of the car dealership. It could be something personal. It could be a medical situation.
Absolutely.
And again, so this is for you, for anybody out there that your batting average is low now.
Now, I could give you an excellent point here. I have a guy that works for me. He's probably going to make $160, $170 on the sales floor. Does a really good job, and this guy does a good job day in and day out. Well, he went through a rough patch, and you could just the way he carried himself across the showroom was different. Everything that he did was counterclockwise to what he was doing. So I sat him down. I said, Frank, here's what you need to do. You were successful when you got down to basics, when you grabbed the customer, when you qualified the customer, when you did a heck of a walk around, and you do one of the best walk arounds I've ever seen. He does a great demo ride, he does the presentation in the car, and he knows how to qualify. And just things were going wrong. And once he got back to basics, that's when he started selling cars again. And it's that simple. All you do is got to say to yourself, hey, this is what I have to do, because it's easy to get distracted. You know, by things you just said, personal things, medical things, whatever. My car payment's due, my rent is due, my mortgage is due. I got it. Everybody's been there. But you got to clear your head. You got to get back to basics. You got to sell the car.
Now, what about this being like a numbers business too? Because specifically for that person that's going through the slump, you know, one of the things that I think, Charlie, and what I'm hearing is that you just got to keep focusing, keep driving forward, because eventually if you do snap back to basics, the math will pencil itself out.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Exactly when you start to fail is the exact time you should actually try to step up your game. See, you should use failure as a reason why you should make the extra phone calls, why you should take the extra ups, why you should come in a little bit early, why maybe you should stay a little bit late. Because when you do those things, it breeds success. Successful things breed success, and that's really what you have to do. In our store, what we do, if our salesmen isn't on the phone, they're taking it up. And most of the people that they have coming through the doors are self-generated. I mean, we sell Mitsubishis. It's not exactly like people are knocking down the doors to buy a Galant.
Right.
Which, by the way, they don't make anymore.
So this is really amazing feedback, Charlie. So I want to just repeat this for my interpretation again. I get it. There's people that are going through a myriad of different negativity, situations or stress points or just disappointments. When you take an after up, it starts to wear down your confidence. But that's not the time when you retreat and you kind of succumb to the pressure. That's the time when you turn it up a notch. That's the time what I'm hearing from you, Charlie, is that they've got to work harder. Take that extra up. Make an extra 3 or 4 phone calls. Not retreat and make excuses. It doesn't matter. I don't have anything going on. That's when you fight harder, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And again, I can give you the specific to the one salesman that I had, Frank. Frank, if you're listening, how are you? But Frank does a heck of a job. I mean, truly, he's one of the most self-motivated salesmen I've ever had work for me, other than yourself, obviously. But Frank does a heck of a job. He gets his own people in. He closes most of his own deals. Every now and then I have to step in for him, but he closes most of his own deals, and all his traffic is self-generated. The guy sells 30 cars a month
At a Mitsubishi dealership.
at a Mitsubishi dealership.
Jeez. And
It's crazy.
Okay, so again, this is a gentleman that makes $160,000 a year as a sales consultant at a Mitsubishi dealership.
Absolutely.
Listen to what the man's saying, because that's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, any other parting words of advice or wisdom to people that are struggling?
When you struggle, like we were just talking about before, that's when you really got to kick it into gear. You can't just feel sorry for yourself because, hey, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. This is what you need to do. You need to get on the phones. You need to take the next customer. You need to get in front of as many people as possible. And you need to get back to basics. And you got to do it with a positive frame of mind.
And that, my people, is Make Money Mondays. Listen to Charlie Kearns. He's definitely the man. Thank you. We're out. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Make Money Mondays. If you like this week's episode of Make Money Mondays, you're going to love all the content on automotive digital training. So please go to automotivedigitaltraining.com and sign up today. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to call me on my cell phone at area code 267-319-6776. Yes, that's really my cell phone. Don't put it on any bathrooms or anything. Thank you. Bye.